Pregnancy should be a time of joy and not anxiety for the woman and her family. Do you want to learn more about pregnancy or have questions about fertility and reproductive health? Then join Dr. Linda Vanutu on Facebook and YouTube every Saturday at 4 p.m. on the online pregnancy school as she discusses pregnancy, delivery, and childcare with
You are most welcome back. So, Frida, before we went on the break, we had spoken a lot about what taboos are, what some of the foods are that pregnant women do not eat, the reason why they do not eat some of them, and the fact that it may not be so easy for her to decide that I'm going to eat, even though my belief is that I shouldn't eat it. So now, how should they eat? How can they eat well if they have all these challenges they have to overcome?
Okay, so we need to bear in mind that basically your meal should be balanced. Okay, as a pregnant woman, you must understand that if you are not eating well, the baby is going to take everything, out of you, irrespective of whether you are eating well or not. So you need the nutrients for yourself and then for the baby as well. So it's more or less like you are eating for two in quotes. So you must eat well. And in eating well, your food should cover all the food groups. Okay, so you should have energy-giving foods or the carbohydrates. And the carbohydrates it's very common here, or cassava, yam, bangkun, rice. So you should ensure that anytime any of these things is represented in your diet. Secondly, you should have your protein foods. Okay, so your protein foods are your animal source foods. Okay, so your meat, your fish, your egg, and then you can also go in for the legumes if you are a vegetarian and your religion or your practice bars you from eating the animal source proteins. You can go in for the legumes, the granules, the beans, and things like that. But also remember that if you are a vegetarian and you are not eating the animal source foods, then you may be lacking in some crucial vitamins like vitamin B12, which is mainly in animal source foods. That's why you need assistance. So in that case, you may need to take supplements to help in that, because it is also, that vitamin is very crucial in blood formation. And pregnancy is all about blood. So you would want to look at that as well. And then your vitamins, various vitamins, the water-soluble vitamins, the fat-soluble vitamins, many of them, you can find them in our fruits and our vegetables. So your mangoes, your oranges, your watermelon, your banana, your apple, all the fruits. So you need to eat a variety of them, and don't restrict yourself to just one type of fruits or one type of vegetable or one type of food, because there's one thing that we also stress on, that you need diversity. Okay, you need a lot of diversity so that if you are not getting one nutrient from here, you will get it from another place. So the diversity is very, very important.
In Ghana, we are very fortunate because at any point in time, there is one vegetable or the other in season. And there's one fruit or the other in season. So people cannot say that I never got a fruit or I never got a vegetable that I could eat. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So the variety is very important. And the fruits and vegetables too, they are cheap. They are quite, especially when they are in season.
Yeah.
So you must go in for those that are in season. When they are in season, they are cheap, and you can eat a variety of them at different times. Very, very important for you as a pregnant woman.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc. If you have just joined us, we are getting to the end of this very interesting discussion. Today, we are talking about food beliefs and taboos during pregnancy. And we have mentioned a lot. So if you're a pregnant woman, please remember that if you eat egg, your child will not be a thief. And your child will not be bald from head to toe because there's no hair on the egg. And the other things, I am interested in knowing more. So please, if you know of any, just send it to me.
Yes, they are very, very interesting ones. Every time we hear
new ones all the time. We have so many, and we want to compile them so that we can address them. When somebody comes to us and talks about it, we can explain what the lack of that particular food item can do. So for example, if it is a protein, we can explain what proteins do for the pregnant woman, for the baby, for the life of this child in the future. That's why we need to understand why people believe in this and why they do not eat some of the things. Because we want pregnancy to be a time of joy and not anxiety or fear. Let's go for this short break. You're most welcome back. If you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And remember to turn on the notification bell so that anytime we're about to show these interesting conversations, you'll be informed. And on Facebook, just look for the Pregnancy School. On YouTube, Dr. Linda Vanutu. Just go ahead and do that. And please share with friends and share with family. Today, my guest is Dr. Frida Intifo, a lecturer. She's talking about food taboos. She's a certified dietitian as well. So many things that she does. And she's also a pastor. So that is very important because we cannot leave God out of anything that we do. We can never leave God out of anything we do. Doc, we have said a lot. What would be your closing, if you like, counsel, or what advice would you give to those who are pregnant, those who are yet to be pregnant, and those who support pregnant women?
Okay, so before we do that, I think that you mentioned about the issue of picker, people pregnant.
Yes, picker, yeah. Eating shrew.
So maybe some other time we can discuss that.
You can say a little bit about that. Why is it that? Because it's as if pregnant women think that it is something they should eat when they are pregnant?
I think that in pregnancy, there's something we call them cravings, where people crave for all sorts of things. And sometimes they end up craving for things that are not food. So Pika is taking in anything and that is not food, but people crave for it. And one of them is the clay. Some people crave for chalk, others crave for glue, all sorts of things. Others crave for mud, and people taking all sorts of things when they are pregnant. But these things too also has serious consequences.
Yeah.
Some of them have been related to anemia in pregnancy.
Yes.
Others have been related to worm infestations and other things. So they are not pleasant things for us to be taking in pregnancy. And I think that I will advise all pregnant women to try and restrain from some of these things. Try hard. I know that sometimes you can crave so much for some of these things, but it's important for your health and also for that of the baby. Because of we are all talking about the reasons. We want to have a healthy baby, you want to have a beautiful baby, and so you will also want to look at some of these things so that your baby will come out as beautiful and nice as you want. Okay, then back to the question that you asked. What can we do? What are some of the things that we can do to help us, those who are preparing to get pregnant and those who are pregnant and so forth? When it comes to nutrition is key in our health. Sometimes we forget about that, but I would say that our first point of medicine is the food that we eat, because if you are eating well, you may not even need to go to the hospital. But many times, many of the sicknesses or diseases that we acquire is through the fact that we are not eating well. So if you are preparing to get pregnant, you must also prepare yourself nutritionally by eating well. Okay, because research is telling us that it is not just the period of when you start the pregnancy, but the outcome of your pregnancy even starts from before you became pregnant. So you must eat well. All the things that we have talked about, the nutrients, the foods that you should eat, the proteins, the vitamins, the carbohydrates, all of that you should start, especially when you are planning to get pregnant. You should be in a good nutritional state. And then in the course of pregnancy, if we are faced with some of these taboos and restrictions and other things, like we said, some of these things have an impact on the growth of the child. For instance, if what you are being asked to or you are being restricted from, if it's a protein sourced food, is going to affect the development of the baby, the brain development, the general development of the baby. So if you are not too sure, you would want to discuss with your doctor, with your dietitian, or with the nurse or somebody, so that you can be reassured. And then if it is necessary that you still cannot eat that particular food, then we can also provide you with alternatives so that it can help you and can also help the developing baby.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah.
But the import of all that is that you don't just wait when you are married before you prepare for your pregnancy, but you start well ahead of time. Yes. And that is why, as parents, as guardians, we have to be careful the kind of food we feed our families.
Yes.
You know, it is very important. Unfortunately, some children would say, I don't like this one, I don't like that one. But if you know the importance of that particular food item, you'll be able to start giving them to your children as early as possible.
Yes.
Especially for that girl child. But I think that the boy child as well, because they must also eat well to have a good health, to produce good sperms, to have good fertility in future. So it is very important that as parents, we feed our children well, and we try to feed them, as Frida has said, from all the food groups, from every one of them. Give your child an orange, give your child a mango, give your child something, but also give that child some kontomire or cassava leaf or bokoboko or something that has its own place. And then also give them cassava, give them plantain, give them cocoyam, yam. We have a whole lot, variety of foods that,
variety.
Yes, it's not just rice.
We have just reduced everything to rice and soup.
It shouldn't just be rice. You know, it should not just be rice. Doc, it should not just be rice. There are so many things we can eat. And it's very important. Yes. I think that there's a lot that the education service can also do, you know, in the schools. And then the Ghana Health Service, as we do the child welfare clinics, we should be incorporating some of these things into our daily talks and with the schools every time. The students listen to their teachers. So if the teachers tell them that kontomire is good for you, they will take it. And if they go home and mother or father is also saying the same thing, they will know that that is the truth. So there's so much we can do by putting all these things together. Then we will have very healthy children.
Right, yes.
Doc, is there anything else you want to say?
I think that we've said everything.
Yes, we have. Ladies and gentlemen, today our topic was on food taboos in pregnancy. But you see that we have gone beyond that and spoken about the importance of nutrition, importance of food, and some of the examples of some foods that pregnant women refuse to eat. Please remember to send me what you know. You can send me a WhatsApp message on +233 59 242 0625 or drop me a comment on YouTube or Facebook. YouTube, it is Dr. Linda Vanuatu. If you haven't done that, please hit that subscribe button and follow us, like our page, The Pregnancy School, on Facebook. Today, we have had a wonderful session, and I hope that you have learned a lot. You are not just going to keep it to yourself, but you are going to share. If you have any question, if you have any challenges as a pregnant woman, as a father, as a husband, anybody, if you have any question which you believe that we can address, please send it to us. And I'm sure I can always ask that question to Doc, and she'll be happy to send us the response. So please don't hesitate to send us questions and comments. And remember that this program was proudly sponsored by Vanuatu International, Promise Ghana, Reverse Tap, Samzara Ventures, and Erama Clinic. Doc, thank you very much for your time, for sharing with us, for explaining to us, and also for letting us know that there are alternatives. If one thing is not good for you, it doesn't mean that that is the end. You can always talk to the professionals. They will look at what else is acceptable to you that will give you the food benefit that you need, because you need that nutrition to be able to carry the pregnancy through. It has been a joy coming your way. My name is Dr. Linda Vanuatu, and it is always a pleasure. So we come your way again with another interesting topic. Have a wonderful time, and remember, God loves you. Bye.